Hello, and thank you for joining me for Tulariva. We have several artists here, and they're painting under their umbrellas, as you can see up the hill nearby. And we're here at Deukmajian Park, which is in Glendale, near La Crescenta, up the hill from near where I live. And I particularly like this park because it has a little rocky looking house and a wonderful vineyard right in front of it that at this time of year it starts to change color, so that's really nice. And then I picked a nice spot under a tree. Earlier this morning there were a lot more shadows on the mountains, but now that we're getting close to noon, there's a lot fewer shadows. So let's come over and look at what I painted so that you can compare it. And so this is Deukmajian Wilderness Park, and this is the painting that I've done. You can see my palette in the front. What I've done with the building itself is I've used touches of pink as well as touches of Naples yellow to try to give it more of a rock looking look. And some places it could probably use a little more of one color or another. But anyway, it's been fun to paint, and I'll just show you what I did. I just did little touches here and there to try to give it more of a pebbly look. And sometimes it works better than other times, and sometimes I get a little bit of other color on my brush and it looks a little darker. Anyway, what we're trying to do is make it look a little rugged and a little rock-like, but have the colors be sort of separate colors so that it's not all one monolithic color. So that's what I've been doing here. So that's the technique on the outer part of the house. The roof of the house, I've tried to make it sort of like tiles, ceiling tiles or something like that. I've let some of these sort of yellow things hang down a little bit, sort of like when you have ceiling tiles, they sort of hang down a little bit. They're never straight. They have little tiny circular inundations. And so I've done that to try to make that look more like ceiling tiles. Some of them are a little lighter than others. And I've deliberately made it look a little bit, the windows are not exactly lined up because sometimes in these old rock structures it's not. I've done the little vineyard here with fall colors, putting in the posts and then some of the colors, some of the yellows, some of the oranges, some of the greens. Then I put this big tree off to the side and it goes right out of the painting. This little rock house is nestled in by this tree. I didn't bring that one out of the painting because I thought, well, I'll just bring it under this mountain. One could argue that it could be even a little further under the mountain than what it is. But anyway, that's where it is. I've deliberately taken some shadow across this trail, and then I put some grass over it to try to, because see the way this is coming down here, you can see that I'm obviously standing under a tree when I paint the picture. And so I wanted to have some shadow here on the ground to show that there's shadow from the tree I'm standing under. Up in the mountains, I like these geometric shapes. They also sort of lead back into pointing into the painting, as do these lines here. They're all pointing back into the painting like this, like this, like this, like this. On this side, there's a few more lines coming back this way. And this tree is sort of pointing into the painting. This helps spread your eye. If you go too far up into the hills, this brings you back down. So I think the composition is nice. And I want to thank you for joining me. This is Mark Hafman, and this is Tulariva, Tuesday LA River Art. And we're here every Tuesday painting either the LA River or someplace in LA that's sort of interesting. And we have some other artists here, and I'll post their work on the Tulariva website on Facebook. And also you can see my work at markhafman.com or divinelightimages.net. and I even have another one for Prince Mark Hafeman Fine Arts. So you have your choice of which website you want to go to see my paintings. I'll talk to you soon, and you have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thanks. Bye-bye.